matches! Yes! Yes!
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Bal Cube, or maybe it's Bal Cube, created by a company called Metro. I don't know what else they did, and in 1996, and this was suggested by YouTube user Xeviousky, and this is kind of a cool little game. It's sort of a ball and paddle game, but it's only a paddle game until you serve the ball. Then it's just a ball game. You control the ball with the joystick. You can move it left and right as it's moving through the air. And you have blocks that you need to destroy that descend, like in Tetris. But these blocks will only descend if you bounce the cube. Bal Cube, that's, yeah. But you see that it hits these trampolines as it reaches the bottom. And the trampoline that it hit will disappear. And if you fall through that hole where it was, you will lose a life. Now, there will be various power-ups that you can collect from certain blocks, and they'll have a letter on them to indicate that there's a power-up on them. And that power-up can change your cube to small, and it screams when it falls through the hole. But since there's only one trampoline that hole is in at a time, then chances of you bouncing off the bottom successfully are pretty high. Now, the other way to lose a life is if you let all the blocks touch the bottom. And later on in the game, you're going to need to you're going to have to learn to sneak your cube into tight spaces so that it can take out a whole bunch of blocks. And those blocks will only move downwards if your cube touches one of the trampolines. That's the only way that they'll move downwards. Now, I apologize for this Japanese text. I'm not proficient enough in Japanese to be able to translate, or at least not nearly quick enough. But it just basically tells you about the way that you play Bal Cube. You have a button that you can speed up the block with. You can hold it down, or your cube, and you can speed up your cube. And that's really only useful if you're like high above the blocks, and you want to take them out quicker. Once you're high above the blocks, then you got it easy. You just need to bounce off the top of them and just take them all out before you reach the trampoline and force down more blocks. There is a two-player simultaneous play mode, which we'll get into later, and both players will play competitively. They'll both be playing in a well, trying to take out blocks, in separate wells. And as you go up levels, then you can send a transparent block, or a floating cube, that will deflect their bouncing cube back at them. And like I said, we'll get into that later. I like the the scream that your Bal Cube makes when it goes through the floor. We'll get started. But yeah, you can totally control the movement of your cube in midair. I love that. Now the various power-ups, they can change your cube to a small cube. You can get points, bonus points. You can make all the blocks on the screen vanish. And that's what that V means. You see that purple V there. But you have to touch the power-up. There we go. I think you can get an extra life. There will be an A, which is arrow. And it actually allows your cube to fly right through blocks, which is cool. And there is also one to slow down your cube. And there is one that is an option. For some reason that leaves a little psychedelic trail behind you, and I'm not sure what good that does. There will be some gray blocks which take an extra couple of hits to destroy. The arrow option, which or power up, which allows you to go right through the blocks, lasts for probably about 4 or 5 seconds before the power dissipates. But you'll see a little a cube that starts to fill up with color on the left. Once it's full, you will go up 1 level. And if you die, then the power or the color filling up that cube will revert to nearly empty. Well, that was nice. And there I got an extra life. Or it said 1 up. I don't know, it looks like I still only have 2 remaining. Yeah, I don't know. At any rate, yeah, this game is kind of cool. I did a little bit better on this than I thought I would. Oops, I died. If the sound is a little off, I apologize. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I can't really tell. But, yeah, I'd never heard of this back in the day. And I started to play MAME frequently in the late 90s. And I played all sorts of weird games, but I never quite came across this one that I remember. Yeah, I'm back to doing some requests. Don't be offended if I sneak in a game show review or something unique. Whoops. Yeah, once you can get above all of the blocks and have a lot of free space between you and the ceiling, then you can easily take out all the blocks below. As long as you don't hold down the speed button. But yeah, the gray blocks will take extra hits to bring down. Ah, crap. Now we have those transparent cubes floating around, and they will deflect your Bal Cube back at you. And in the 2-player simultaneous play mode, when you go up a level, you will send that transparent cube at your opponent to antagonize them in their well. Whoops. Well, game over. I neglected to continue here, but we will see the other power-ups that I did not collect yet, and we will also see the 2-player simultaneous play mode. This is kind of a cool idea. Yeah, again, if you lose a life, it will reset your current level meter to low. And if you play the 2-player simultaneous mode, then going up a level will send a transparent cube to antagonize your opponent. And as you get to higher levels, you might be able to send more than one cube to them. But we will look at the two-player simultaneous play mode here. But yeah, with each new life that you start, you will be able to shoot off the cube. After that, you just control the cube. And at this point in the two-player mode, I put on a cheat that gives me, that doesn't make any of my trampolines disappear. I guess it's screwed up there. But I didn't do anything with the second player. I let them just kind of play like garbage. I was controlling both at the same time, so I was focusing most of my attention to the first player side. Yeah, I kind of dig this. This is kind of fun. I like how the background changes as you go up each level. We'll have like the Swiss Alps or something, or maybe Big Ben or something. I don't know. Various locations around the world in the background. I do like that arrow block. That one's pretty cool. Of course, the vanish one where all the blocks disappear is pretty cool. I just wanted to show you two-player mode and some of the other power-ups that I did not show you during my gameplay yet. Yeah, it's only a good idea to hold down the fast button when there's plenty of space between you and between the blocks and the ceiling, and you're above the blocks. Then you can just more quickly take out the rest of the blocks. And yeah, there I sent multiple transparent blocks to my opponent. There's the S, and that slows down your ball. Oh man, I almost got into big trouble there, but now I can take out the blocks easily. And there's the O, which gives you the option, and that gives you a psychedelic trail. I'm not sure what the ramifications of that are otherwise. But that is the very cool ball and paddle game, or just ball game, Bal Cube, by a company called Metro in 1996. This was suggested by YouTube user Xeviousky. Well, this is Crazy Climber Racing. Thanks for watching Bal Cube by Metro in 1996. Hope to see you soon with another request, or perhaps another surprise or two in the near future. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.